I have a lovely cup of tea. Today's video is not about this beautiful cup of tea, although I could talk forever about tea, because for me it's the best drink in the world, but that's besides the point. It's all about this. It's a Stephanhauser. Let me see if I can get this engraving on the camera. There. Can you see it? Stephanhauser. This model is the SSS700 LQX or something like that, or QXL or ABC or XYZ. Anyway, it's this, and it's a straight soprano that comes with two necks. You've got this slightly curved one, and then you've got this straight one here. And this instrument is made in Taiwan. I like this feature here, which is the metal touches here instead of these, let's just say, rather cheap looking pearl keys. You know, the little plastic buttons that you get on the cheaper models? Well, this doesn't have them. This has some soldered on metal touches, and I think that is a very, very good idea, especially on soprano, because the area that you have here is very limited to adjust. So when you're using something like this, you have to be very careful. I do have tools which cover the pearl touches, but having the metal touches here instead, it's much easier to regulate, as I found when I adjusted this. So these metal touches are nicely scooped, and yes, it feels very comfortable under the fingers. So yep, let's give this thing a whirl. It does have the high F sharp here. I'll mention that now because sometimes I tend to forget, but this has the high F sharp on it. If you're into that sort of thing, it's there. Let's make a bit of a noise on this thing, and I'll speak to you lot after the demo. So there you have it. That was the Stephanhauser SSS700 LQX or something like that, or ABC XYZ or whatever the initials are. I have no idea. It's this soprano, and to me it did a great job. The tuning was absolutely fine once I got it under control, because as with most sopranos, you'll find that you will have tuning issues. Anybody who plays soprano will easily tell you that sopranos are what you call a tuning trap. On the top end, they can be very sharp. On the low end, they can be very low. But this one wasn't. The tuning on this one was pretty balanced, only until I got to, with the octave key, particularly from side D, then I had to adjust my embouchure here just to relax it a little bit so I didn't overblow and didn't play a bit too sharp. But once I was able to make them embouchure adjustments, it was absolutely fine. But if you're an absolute beginner or you've only been playing for a small amount of time, jumping onto a soprano, doesn't matter if it's this one or something that's like top of the range, $5,000 worth, you're still going to have them nightmare tuning issues. The tone, the sound, all that sort of thing, the playability was fantastic. I was using my little Dave Guardala mouthpiece, this little vintage beauty. That's another story, but this mouthpiece, I'm used to it and it gives me my sound, and I was able to translate my sound quite easily into this instrument. I thought it did really well. Now I know I'm bringing it up again, but these little metal touches here, instead of pearl buttons, I thought they were great. If you look at the bis key here, this one here, the little one in the middle, that one was so easily accessible when I'm playing the front B flat there. It felt very, very comfortable. And I know that they used this sort of thing around about the 1900s, but why not bring it back for some other instruments? It works fantastic on this. Maybe it'll work great on some altos, tenors, baritones, because I like this system. Maybe it's just me being fussy, but I like it. And for the demo, I was using the straight neck on the soprano instead of the curved neck. There's nothing wrong with the curved neck. I just prefer the sound of the straight neck. It has a bit more of a direct, edge to it, I guess. This one has a little bit more of a softer sound. Maybe on soprano it's needed, but I'm able to get a softer, sweeter sound with just playing it and manipulating my tone to the sound I want. So this straight neck felt very comfortable, and I actually thought that the tuning was slightly better on the straight neck than it was on the curved neck. I find that in general with sopranos anyway. So when it comes to this, do I approve? Yes or no? The answer is yes, I do. The man with a freshly shaven egghead absolutely approves of this, but I wouldn't recommend soprano in general for any beginner or new player. I have to do this again. Yep, it's just one of them things, I can't help it, I like it. Anyway, I hope you've liked this video. I've enjoyed the soprano, and I will catch you lot in the next video. Bye bye.